Welcome to our midweek exhale this week. My name is Sharyn, and I am one half of the Exhale Awakening. And somewhere on your screen, it kind of always changes depending how we have it set up. Somewhere on your screen, you'll see Marie, the other half of the Exhale Awakening. And we're going to guide you today in 40 minutes or so of rest for your nervous system, for your body, just a break, a pause in the middle of the week, just to let you reset and recalibrate before you canter on into the rest of the week. So, um, all of our breath works are enhanced by birdsong and silence. So, every breath that we do will start with birdsong. We'll go into some guided breathing with music, and then we'll finish with silence. And we'll repeat that 4 times. And in the breath section, we'll have 4 different breaths. So this week, for those of you that like to know before you get comfortable, this week we're going to be breathing with awareness, bringing awareness to your whole body and the breath. Then we're going to move into breathing down into the bottom of your ribs and your back. So really deepening your breath, but very gently before we move into an extended exhale. So just elongating your exhale. And then we are going to finish with coherence breathing. Just allowing some balance back into the session. Now, there are no specific contraindications with all of those breath works. They're very gentle, but we would encourage you to listen to your body. So as we start the breath work, we encourage you to join in and to try and to give the breath a chance. But if you are not feeling it today, then that's absolutely fine. Stay with the session and just use your natural breath, and then come back and maybe try again. So we have one rule during breathworks, and that is that you are comfortable. So we encourage you to be comfortable in your body. So to move if you need to move, to not to treat this as if you're in some kind of meditation pose where you are fixed and you have to push through. Kind of give your body the permission to move, to adjust, to be comfortable. We do ask you not to stand. That's the only thing we ask you not to do. Sometimes during breath work, you can get a little bit dizzy or disoriented, and it's good. It's good not to stand when you're in that kind of state of being. If you do have to stand for whatever reason, we know you're at home and things happen. Just pause a little before you get up. Breathe for a couple of breaths in your natural rhythm, and make sure that you've got really good firm connection to the floor before you stand. So, yeah, we do encourage comfort. Comfort is kind of part of the reason why we do this. We want you to feel nourished. But at the same time, sometimes the breath work feels a little bit like hard work, feels a little bit like you have to put the effort in. And really feel into that. Feel into what that feels like tonight. So if effort doesn't feel like the right thing today, then, as I said, be gentle. But if you feel actually, no, it's time just to meet what is happening in my body with some breath, and that might get a bit uncomfortable because I might go to my edges, then allow that to be and meet yourself where you are. Again, being kind to yourself and showing yourself grace and love. So I think with all of that, I have covered everything off. I'm looking at Marie for a little nod. I like my reassuring nods. I get very uncomfortable now when I'm on my own and I don't have a reassuring nod to help me move on. It doesn't happen very often that I'm on my own. We're like tied at the hips across the water. So let's get going. Make yourself comfortable. Yeah, bring your pets in. We love it when the pets join us. So let your pets enjoy the session too. They will appreciate the calm. And let's get going. I was just about to share music I've already shared, so let's go. Just gently making yourselves comfortable. And you can do this seated or lying down. And just support yourself. And make sure if you're laid down, you've got all of the support you need around you. If you're seated, you might want to make sure that your head and neck are supported. So you can really relax into the space that you're in. You might need a blanket in case your temperature drops. But equally, you might need clothing that you can take off if you get warm. And just bringing your attention first to your breath. And noticing your breath entering and exiting your body. Notice whether you're breathing through your nose or through your mouth. And if you have the potential, the possibility to breathe through your nose, and set the intention for your nose to be your primary breathing for this evening. Letting your nose do all the amazing things that it does, cleansing the air, warming the air, moving the air into the body at the right pressure. And then expelling the air that's been used and is finished. Just letting that be a gentle thing that happens in and out through the nose. And you might notice that your breath slows down a little as you bring your attention to it. But don't worry if it doesn't. We're not looking for massive changes in this segment. We're looking for you to be aware. We're looking for you to notice. And while the breath is just doing what the breath does, take your attention into the rest of your body. Notice how your body feels. Just acknowledge the areas of tension. Maybe you've got some aches and pains. Maybe you've got some areas of softness. Perhaps you can sense heat, so cold temperature, cold and warmth, and be aware of that. And just giving your body a little nudge of thanks for carrying you through today. And as you think about your day or maybe your week, you might feel a few emotions, you might have a few feelings that come up. And just notice them and give them some space. What has this week felt like so far? And then finally notice what thoughts are running through your mind. Maybe a conversation you've just had, some work you need to do, places you need to go, planning. And meeting your thoughts where they are right now. You don't need to quieten them. Just notice them. All the while bringing your attention back to the breath. Gently in and out through the nose. And in a few seconds, we're going to go into a couple of minutes of silence. And just continue with your noticing. Letting your breath be gentle and soft, inhaling and exhaling through the nose.
And as the birdsong brings the silence to a close, taking a few moments just to reflect on the silence. Noticing how that silence felt. Maybe it felt longer than usual, or maybe it was over in a blink. And in our next segment, we're going to breathe into the bottom of our lungs. And sometimes when people talk about breathing into the bottom of their lungs, there's an implication that means filling up the lungs. And it doesn't have to mean filling up the lungs. It just means bringing whatever breath down to the bottom of your lungs and not stopping in your chest. And also, when people talk about breathing to the bottom of your lungs, they talk about putting your hand on your belly. But I'm going to ask you to breathe into your two sides. And if it helps you to put your hand on your sides, just at the bottom of your ribs, you can, but you don't have to. And as you breathe, instead of focusing on feeling your stomach move out and in, maybe focus on feeling your ribs expand to the sides and come back. So beginning to breathe gently again in and out through the nose, if that's possible in this session. And taking the breath to the very bottom of your lungs and focusing on your ribs, focusing on your sides. You can use your hands or you can just focus there. And feel the breath expand you out to either side. As the rib cage lifts and leaves room for the lungs to expand. And you can keep your breath soft and gentle. You don't need to take big inhales. Focusing on your sides, focusing on that air to the very bottom of your lungs. Bringing your breath deep into your lungs, you're signaling to your body that it's safe. It's safe to rest here for a while. Focusing on that breath going deep into your lungs. maybe as you focus on bringing the breath deep into your lungs, maybe you can feel that movement in your back. Maybe as you breathe, you can feel the movement between your back and the surface you're sitting or lying on. Bringing your attention to your back, your lower, at the bottom of your ribs, your back at the bottom of your ribs. And just seeing, can you notice even a little tiny movement? As you breathe deep into your lungs, you're activating your vagus nerve, which travels down through the diaphragm. Maybe noticing has your breath slowed down any since you started breathing deeply. Maybe if you breathe a little bit slower, can you notice any of those movements? And as we move into the next silence, just allowing your body to rest.
And as the birdsong brings the silence to a gentle close, just noticing how that silence felt. Maybe it felt a little different from the first time we went into silence, or just maybe it felt the same. Sometimes they feel like they go in a blink, and sometimes they last forever. And in this next segment, we're going to breathe with an extended exhale. So I don't need you to count or to be too rigid in the way that you do this. My invitation is just to inhale gently through the nose and then exhale softly through rounded or pursed lips. As if you were blowing out a candle, but much gentler than that. Inhaling through the nose and gently exhaling through rounded lips. And you'll find that that will extend your exhale naturally. You don't need to count. You don't need to be too worried about that. Just enjoy the softening of this extended exhale. Gently inhaling through the nose and exhaling through a rounded mouth. Keeping your focus on your breath. Just noticing what happens in your body when you extend your exhale. Do you feel your shoulders drop? Do you feel your mind calming down, not racing? Going to the body scan that we did earlier, where we felt our areas of tension and our aches and our pains, and just noticing if anything has changed with this breath. Gently inhaling through the nose and exhaling through a rounded mouth. Maybe asking yourself what you're feeling now. We're almost at the end of this segment, moving into the silence. Just do another round gently in through the nose, out through a rounded mouth, and then letting your breath return back to its natural rhythm as we move into the silence.
And again, as the silence is brought to a close by the bird song, just reflecting on that silence and how that one felt, maybe how it was compared to the other ones. Are they getting longer or shorter, or are they just the same? And in our final segment, we're going to move to coherence breathing, harmonic breathing, or balanced breathing. And in this segment, we're going to make our inhale and our exhale the same length. And you can do that by counting if you want to count. So maybe an inhale of 3 and an exhale of 3, or an inhale of 4 and an exhale of 4, or 5 or 6, or whatever feels right for you in this moment. Letting go of what you did the last time you did this, if you've done it before. Letting go of what you think you should do. But finding what feels right in this moment. And you might use your fingers, bringing each finger to the tip of your thumb as you count. Or you might just allow the body to balance the breaths instinctively, without having to take any control. And none of them is better than the other one. So very much doing the one that's, and you can go between them. You might begin counting and then move to instinct. And I'm going to lead you in just 2 breaths where we're going to inhale and exhale to a count of 4, and use this maybe to find where you're comfortable in this session. So at the bottom of your next exhale, just pause. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And use those 2 breaths to find where you are comfortable. Was that too much? And if it was, move back to 3. Maybe that didn't feel like enough. So move to 5 or 6, or maybe that felt exactly where you want to be right now. Just continuing with those gentle, balanced breaths. Breathing in and out through your nose, if that's possible in this session. Checking in as we breathe, just to check that the count or the length of breath that you're breathing is right still. Maybe it feels a bit much or a bit forced, and then you can shorten it. Or maybe it feels like it's not long enough, so then you can make it a little longer. Maybe you feel that balance in your body. Maybe you don't. But just noticing. Again, checking in with the length of your in-breath and your out-breath. And maybe if you've been counting, you want to let go of the count and just feel that balance in your breathing without having to take any control. Attention, your focus on that breath. As we approach the last silence, maybe you'll take the balanced breath in, or maybe you'll just rest and allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm.
And as the bird song brings the silence to a close for the last time in this session, you know that it's time to think about coming back into the room. But before you do, just allowing yourself a moment to reflect on the whole breathwork, on how you felt when you arrived, on how the journey has been, and on how you feel now. Knowing that there's no right or wrong answer to those questions and there's no judgment. There's just an awareness, an observation. And as we approach the last minute, you might want to start moving fingers and your toes and maybe having a little shimmy. Just getting a sense of your beingness next to the surface that's holding you. Might like to gently blink open your eyes and take a look around the space that you're in. Maybe touching on a familiar object or pet perhaps in the room. And of course, remembering that you are in a Zoom room. And gently moving towards bringing yourself back into presence with the people we're sharing the breath with.
And as you come back, and there's no rush, I'm just going to draw your attention to the links that are in the chat if you're here in the room, but if you're watching on the recording, are probably below. The recording will be on YouTube and in our community. And if you find us on YouTube, please, we love getting likes and subscribes. In the Exhale library, the recording there'll be no ads. And the link for the free tier is in the chat. We do 2 longer breathwork sessions in the month. We do a 2-hour Anchoring the Exhale, which is on the last Friday of the month, and it's breathwork and seasonal astrology. And it's at 7 p.m. and it's a 2-hour session. And then we do a 3-hour session on the second Sunday of the month, and we breathe with the Celtic tree wisdom in that session. And our next one is on Sunday week, and we are breathing with a willow, if you like a willow tree. We also have our Yorkshire retreat is organized, and we're really excited about it. And our Donegal one will go live when we're probably after we're finished in Yorkshire. We don't have dates for it yet, but we do have, as I say, the Yorkshire one's organized, and we're very, very excited. The link for that's there as well. And finally, our directory listing link is there. For getting in touch with us, for leaving reviews if you're so called. And yeah, those are our links today. For anybody watching on the recording, and indeed for anybody in the room, after the session, be gentle. The sessions are gentle, but sometimes things can move that we're not even aware of. So just keep noticing what happens over the next hours, days, and yeah, do all the things that we know to do to tend to ourselves, drinking water, eating good food, maybe spending time doing something you love doing, maybe being out in nature. And Sharyn has just put a picture of where the retreat is in Yorkshire in the chat, because she visited this week, talking about being out in nature. And yeah, just be gentle and notice what happens, and bring whatever goodness that you got from this, if you got any, bring it into the rest of your days and the rest of your week. So if you're watching the recording, thank you very much for being with us, and we will pause the recording now so that people in the room can share if they so wish.